Good morning, SKN. I'm Jamie Morris.
And I'm Cortensia Carty.
It is Tuesday, Cortensia.
Yes,
I got the day right finally. First time in a long time. So it's
Uh-huh.
also known as Tuesdays, you would normally say. And what we'd like to encourage you to do is to choose to smile, choose to be kind, choose to help those that may be in need, and choose to be positive all around throughout the
Yes.
day.
Aw, choose wisely. On this lovely Tuesday. We begin now with the latest in local stories. This from MSSKN. Prime Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Drew, is congratulating local chefs and urging members of the public to help in the country's fight against non-communicable diseases, NCDs. Prime Minister Drew said, and quote, "I want to congratulate the chefs from what I've seen so far and tasted so far and what they are doing, and of course, I have tasted. What I have tasted so far? They are doing miracles with local food," end quote. Dr. Drew made the remarks on Sunday, August 21st, at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort Fire Kitchen in Frigate Bay, where 4 local chefs representing Sandy Point, Keon, Bastyr, and Nevis took part in the I Rep My Community Cooking Competition finals as they endeavor to take the title in your kitchen community top chef. The Honorable Prime Minister remarked, and quote, "I think this competition is more than a competition. It creates opportunities for people to see and for people to taste. Those of us who had the opportunity that eating healthy can be fun and tasty. And of course, the most important benefit is that you can have a healthy life and keep the chronic non-communicable diseases away, such as high blood pressure, hypertension, cancers, and so on," end quote.
So indeed. It was,
Yes, we know firsthand.
Yeah, well, not about the diseases, potentially.
No, about the food.
And that the food was Yes, that much we know.
Yes, indeed.
All right, moving on by way of a Skellig press release, the Honorable Congress Maynard, the newly elected Minister of Public Utilities, Transport, Information, Communication, Technology, and Post, made an inaugural visit to the St. Kitts Electricity Company Limited, Skellig, on August 18, 2022. The walkthrough of the company began at the Administration Building on Central Street, Bastyr, then proceeded to the Transmission and Distribution Building, Generation Building, and Annex Building at Needsmist. The Honorable Congress Maynard received congratulatory remarks and explanations of the roles of each department from the employees throughout the company. Minister Maynard, who is responsible for public infrastructure, energy, utilities, transport, etc., said that he's looking forward to exploring greener energy and later introducing electric vehicles. The minister said, quote, "I am excited to be joining the Skellig family and look forward to the work we can do together. I am pleased after having met the team and look forward to sharing my knowledge and investing in new technologies and advancements of the company," end quote. So Minister Maynard is ready to go. And if he is successful, we might be seeing electric vehicles here, among other things.
Look at that.
Indeed. Can't wait.
A way forward is always the best. Dr. Marcus Natter to serve as Cabinet Secretary. This from Witness Media. Dr. Marcus Natter has been appointed Cabinet Secretary for the newly sworn-in St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party administration. This latest development was made public via the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party's Facebook page on Monday, August 22nd, 2022. The Facebook post said, "Congratulations to Dr. Marcus Natter on being named the new Cabinet Secretary. Natter succeeds Ms. Josephine Huggins, who has held the post for the last 7 years. Dr. Natter recently held the post of Science and Research Manager at the St. Kitts and Nevis Bureau of Standards. A graduate of the Newtown Primary, Bastyr Junior High, and Bastyr High Schools, Dr. Natter excelled at his studies during his elementary and secondary education. In December 2002, he graduated from Cameron University in Oklahoma with dual Bachelor of Science degrees in Physics and Mathematics. During his tenure at Cameron, Dr. Natter became an active member and served with several campus organizations and university committees. These included the Student Government Association, in which he served 2 years as a senator for the Physics Department. He also helped found and later served as president of the Students of the Caribbean Allegiance, SOCA, an organization that is still in existence today. Jamie, his hat collection must be huge.
Well, the appointments keep coming.
I
Congratulations to
know.
him.
Congrats, indeed, indeed.
All right, we're moving on to a check of our local weather. It's going to be partly sunny with a 40% or moderate chance of showers, a high of 88 degrees and a low of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. It is currently 82 degrees, and we're looking forward to the nice weather as the day progresses.
A great day.
All right, that said, we will be back in a moment with more GMS Scan. Stay tuned.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Great news, everyone! SKN Moves is turning 3. And this year, we are going to celebrate bigly by bringing back the 7-week challenge. For week 1, we will focus on the importance of breastfeeding. In week 2, we will participate in the SKN Move Anniversary Walk. Week 3, let's watch the In Your Kitchen I Rep My Community competition finals. Week 4, a healthy drinking water challenge. During week 5, it's all about mindfulness and our mental health. And no, that's not all. In week 6, we will learn about self-care and management. The celebrations end in week 7 with the Caribbean Wellness Week activities, National Fruit Day and National Sneaker Day. Come participate, celebrate and enjoy. Join SKN Moves and let us move toward a healthier St. Kitts and Nevis.
If you gradually use less salt, you will gradually want less salt. Eating less salty foods will reduce your cravings for salty foods. Let's get salt smart.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children, settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
Yes!
When you feel like shaking and it's moving around, you see the ocean gone like the fish on the sand. You should run, run, run to higher ground, a tsunami soon come.
Mommy, uncle not here in the other shake.
Hush your mouth.
Daddy, uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami a come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know.
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see Sammy.
When you feel the earth shaking and it's moving all around, you see the ocean gone like the fish on the sand. You should run, run, run to higher ground, a tsunami soon come.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We continue now with the latest in regional news. Antigua and Barbuda wants peace in the Taiwan Straits. This from Loop News. Antigua and Barbuda has become the latest Caribbean community or CARICOM country urging peace and stability in the Taiwan Straits as China continues its efforts to bring Taiwan, which it considers rather a renegade province, under its fold. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dominica, and St. Lucia have all commented on the decision by Beijing to conduct military drills in the Taiwan Straits following the decision by the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, to visit Taiwan earlier this month. China's foreign ministry said that it was introducing new countermeasures against Washington, including the suspension of climate talks, a direct reaction to Pelosi's visit to Taiwan. Some of these measures also include cancellation of future phone calls and meetings between Chinese and U.S. defense leaders. Prime Minister Gaston Brown said these provocations can only lead to a downturn in the global economy and can even trigger military action. The Prime Minister said, quote, "As an independent nation that is a friend of all, we want to emphasize the need for the U.S. and China to work together in the interest of all humanity. They are the two largest economies in the world, and there is no need for unnecessary provocations," end quote.
That is correct. We don't need any more wars or rumors of it.
If words actually came to fruition, we wouldn't be here today. It is what it is. It's a tense situation. Hopefully, the parties will listen.
And it will work itself out, right?
I'm a little skeptical.
Oh, man.
But we'll see.
We will see indeed. We continue now with international news. This from Reuters. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the top U.S. infectious disease official who became the face of America's COVID-19 pandemic response under Presidents Donald Trump and Joe Biden, announced on Monday he is stepping down in December after 54 years of public service. Fauci, whose efforts to fight the pandemic were applauded by many public health experts, even as he was vilified by Trump and many Republicans, will leave his post as the chief medical advisor to Biden and director of the U.S. National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Part of the National Institute of Health, Fauci, 81, has headed NIAID since 1984. The veteran immunologist has served as an advisor to 7 U.S. presidents, beginning with Republican Ronald Reagan, focusing on newly emerging and re-emerging infectious disease dangers, including HIV, AIDS, Ebola, Zika, monkeypox, and COVID-19. He doesn't look a day under 60.
I was about to say.
81. Oh, he did. I hope he served well in his term. He's pleased with how he served, and I must say congratulations on retirement and enjoy it to the fullest.
Absolutely.
Well, there you have it for regional and international news. Stay tuned. Up next, much more on this lovely Tuesday morning.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the doorway or any exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without air. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events. from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
As a hypertensive patient, in my home, I reduce salt intake by not adding salt during the preparation of my food, not having a salt shaker on my table, limiting the consumption of salty snacks, and choosing products with low sodium content. That's why I am salt smart.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. All right, so it was bloody and chaotic, yet liberating and transitional, the night of the 22nd to the 23rd of August in the year of 1791 in the western part of the island of Saint-Domingue, or what is known as today as Haiti. And that marked the beginning of the Haitian Revolution, the largest successful uprising that played a crucial role in the abolition of the transatlantic slave trade. As such, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, leads the commemoration of the International Day for the Remembrance of the Slave Trade and its Abolition every year on August 23rd. According to UNESCO, the day should be etched in the memories of all peoples and falls under the intercultural project dubbed the Slave Route. Among other considerations, the commemoration should give rise to an analysis of the interactions between Africa, Europe, the Americas, and the Caribbean. Today at Studio 327, in the spirit of UNESCO's objective, Hortensia and I are going to talk about the significance of today's commemoration. Let's first look at what the UNESCO Director General had to say on the matter.
So Audrey Azoulay, Director General of UNESCO, said, and I quote, "It is time to abolish human exploitation once and for all and to recognize the equal and unconditional dignity of each and every individual. Today, let us remember the victims and freedom fighters of the past and that they may inspire future generations to build just societies," end quote. Now, let's look at three of these initiatives facilitated by UNESCO. So the collection of educational materials on the influence of Afro-descended in Central America. The UNESCO office in San Jose, Costa Rica, has developed the collection Del Olvido a la Memoria, from oblivion to memory. Educational materials on the influence of Afro-descended in Central America. Produced in collaboration with the University of Costa Rica and the National Museum of the country, this collection includes a 5-volume series of teaching materials that are part of an initiative of Central America countries to eliminate the ignorance about the influence of a population of African descendants in the region.
All right, very important indeed.
Yes.
I want to draw our attention to what the Director General said, so I'd like to read that quote again. It states, "It is time to abolish human exploitation once and for all, and to recognize the equal and unconditional dignity of each and every individual." That's very important.
Very.
Continues, today, let us remember the victims and freedom fighters of the past so that they may inspire future generations to build just societies. Now that's very important because you're talking over 200 years after that uprising.
Yes.
And unfortunately, we still see aspects of human exploitation.
All the time.
So this statement is very relevant.
Yes.
Even though it's still speaking to what happened in Haiti,
Back then, yeah.
1791. And it's kind of numbing to me, mind-numbing, that we're still experiencing these things. Yet it's important that we understand the role of people of African descent in creating just societies, as you put it.
Have you ever thought, although persons are sensitized to the fact of what our race went through, why they would continue to try to act as if it's still, how should I put it, as though it's still enforced today that black people should be slaves or black people should be, they should use derogatory statements towards black people, like black people don't fit. Why do you think it still continues to be that way?
Because there's this sense of, I'll say, cultural segregation. There's this ignorance that, to some extent, we should be able to understand but not tolerate, because slavery existed for so long.
Yes.
And not only just did slavery exist for so long, but the treatment of black people was very different relative to white people who seemed to own the resources that we needed. So it is culturally ingrained in not only their minds, but ours as well.
Yes.
There are certain patterns of behavior that we see, and it ought not to be tolerated at all. But it does, to my mind, lend itself to an explanation sometimes of what we see when people are ignorant, as you said, of what we went through as a people and our descendants, and having no appreciation really that we are equal and we ought to be treated the same way. All right, when we talk to slavery, racism, and discrimination, how can we understand the major contemporary challenges of the fight against racism and all forms of discrimination without knowing the history and processes that have shaped and legitimized such practices? In order to effectively combat the inequalities suffered by the descendants of slaves and Afro-descendants in general, the study of the history of slavery is fundamental, particularly for young audiences. Through the staging of shows and collaboration on books and film, the Roots of Enslaved Peoples project works to promote and recognize the history of Black peoples with a view to consolidating values of tolerance and respect in the minds of young people. Now, that's a sobering point, because I think that our identities begin to be shaped from youth.
Yes.
And I do remember, and it's one of those things that actually speaks to my core, because growing up in the 80s, we grew up at a time when I think we looked at colorism as well, even though the majority of people here in St. Kitts and Nevis, were of African descent.
Yeah.
I would hear things like, oh, she is so fair and nice looking.
Yes.
Versus, on the flip side, you're so black and ugly. And these are the things that children said to each other. And these are the kind of things that, persisted in part because when we turned on our television, what we saw representing beauty was white, was something foreign, was the blonde, the blue eyes. When we got dolls, the girls got dolls.
Most of the dolls were white.
Barbie, it was a white, wasn't really a black one. So even those subtle things communicated that, well, different is better than we are, and maybe we ought to aspire to that. And it's really telling that this point speaks to focusing on youth, changing the mindset from youth.
Yeah. But I think even before youth, because you can hear a little child, as you said, with the television, telling somebody else, oh, you ugly, and they know those words hurt, because the way in which they would say it to each other, they say it with some form of power or superiority. Like, I'm telling you this, you're ugly, I'm cute, and then they just run away. But I've watched kids done that, and I'm like, these kids have it in them. And it's funny that with slavery, this is something that we cannot forget and we cannot seem to get over because we weren't there. We don't know the actuality of, we don't know the lashes, we didn't experience anything. We can't really share the sentiments, we can only empathize, and it still affects us until now. We have to deal with the effects of that.
Yep, it's ingrained, it's cultural.
Yeah. So cultural resistance and contemporary creativity, enslaved people have always resisted, whether by weapon or by thought. That is, through cultural resistance, the slaves, although far from their native lands, took with them their memory, whether musical, spiritual, or of any other kind. The best known form of this cultural resistance is undoubtedly jazz, and I love jazz music. The direct heir to the songs called Negro spirituals, in which the pronunciation, rhythm, and certain instruments used are reminiscent of African rites. Candomblé, comperia, and even tango for some are legacies of these enslaved peoples. These resistances developed whether slaves lived, as in southern Morocco, where the Guanas are the musical tribe of the country. We now share a video with you from the Angeli Dance Company, and this is intended to remind us of the past and inspire dialogue going forward. Let's have a look.
The International Day for the Remembrance of the Slave Trade and its Abolition is observed annually on the 23rd August. This year's theme is Stories of Courage, Resistance to Slavery, and Unity Against Racism. Remembering the transatlantic slave trade acknowledges stories of those who were ripped from their homelands and families. Stories of hard work on plantations, stories of those who fought against their oppressors, stories of those who triumphed against all odds to win their freedom. Today we remember the Bette Douglas case, a contribution to the fight to uphold and protect the human rights of enslaved Africans. Her tale illustrates resilience, survival, and struggle. Bette Douglas is nothing short of extraordinary and exemplary. This day is celebrated as the Angeli Dance Company pays tribute to all those who fought for freedom and continue to educate the general public about their story and the values therein.
I actually like the backdrop that they use and the fact that they're sensitizing us. And we can see, look at the dance. That is something of African descent. So it has been handed down from generation to generation. I myself dabble in a bit of African dancing back then. So I connected with that. But as I said, I wasn't there. And it's like it lives on to remind us where we're from, how we're supposed to behave, how we act, and the continuous fight to be recognized, to feel that we are people that can do so much, and that we are people that should be respected. It's continuous. And I'm sure generations after us will learn of slavery, and it will just continue. It'll just live on until the earth is no more.
I'll say this much. Your use of the word fight, I'm not fighting. I'm stepping into what is my rightful place. So if that is interpreted as a fight to anybody else, then it's a fight that you're going to get. But I'm not fighting. We'll be back in a moment with more Good Morning SKN. Stay tuned.
Great news, everyone! SKN Moves is turning 3. And this year, we are going to celebrate bigly by bringing back the 7-week challenge. For week 1, we will focus on the importance of breastfeeding. In week 2, we will participate in the SKN Move Anniversary Walk. Week 3, let's watch the In Your Kitchen I Rep My Community Competition Finals. Week 4, a healthy drinking water challenge. During week 5, it's all about mindfulness and our mental health. And no, that's not all. In week 6, we will learn about self-care and management. The celebrations end in week 7 with the Caribbean Wellness Week activities, National Fruit Day and National Sneaker Day. Come participate, celebrate and enjoy. Join SKN Moves and let us move toward a healthier St. Kitts and Nevis.
Yo, what up? It's your boy and Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Thank you for choosing to join us today on Good Morning SKN as we continue now. In the heart of our capital, Basse-Terre is one of the most captivating green spaces in our beautiful Twin Island Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. I am referring to Independence Square. With its history going back to the 19th century, the Independence Square remains an alluring sight admired by both locals and tourists alike. For today's Looking Back segment, we will be exploring the rich history of this alluring structure. I miss the fence around the fountain. It's not the same for me.
You miss the fence? I love walking through it, actually. Walking through where the fence used to be.
Yeah, but I miss the fence. It takes away from it. Don't you miss the fence?
I think I connect better with the fountain, although at a certain point in time, there was a debate concerning whether it should be changed to a monument. And at the time, I was too young to appreciate that. So I thought, history is what history is. That was the original structure there. Let's keep it. And now I realize, you know what, we really should have erected that monument there.
No, but with the monument, to me, the square wouldn't be the square. I miss the fence. I miss the water flowing. I just miss the originality of the fountain. Although they refreshed it, it's just not the same to Cortensia. Yeah. I don't know if it's the same for everyone else, but I missed it.
I think it's going to be interesting because when we speak to Independence Square, the mark of our independence to me now, as I could appreciate it, would be to erect that monument. It was a controversy indeed. Some people wanted it, some people didn't want it. Again, I was too young to recognize that it's just a fountain that came from somewhere and it was the original part. That's not really speaking to our history. We have now the ability to put our mark on what is our country and our history. And unfortunately, that never got sold. So we kept a fountain that doesn't really, and I'll say it here, doesn't mean much.
Okay, well, now that I can empathize and I understand what you're saying, we should get the monument. So if you're listening, the person that's in charge of beautification and erecting monuments, we need the monument.
And yeah, UNESCO.
Oh, UNESCO, can we have a monument now? But I don't miss the fountain. But can we put the monument somewhere else in the
I don't know. It was a major debate. I remember that. It was a major debate. And a lot of people, those radio shows, they would telephone into those shows and be like, yeah, no, we should do. And I think that it was really because we thought that we understood history, but we didn't really understand our history.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate. In any event.
Oh, look at that. So the original name of Independence Square. The square was once called the Pall Mall Square. It was renamed on the 19th of September, 1983 to commemorate the birth of the new independent nation of St. Christopher and Nevis. But when I moved here, the history that I got is that slaves were sold out of the square, right? So that is it. Again, slavery, it just doesn't go away.
Which is why the monument to it and our freedom is so important.
Relevant, yeah.
And I'll keep hitting that. I'll keep playing that note. By the way, can you hear the melody on the other side of the screen?
UNESCO.
Yeah, I'm playing it.
We're talking to you. You. Yes, you.
No violins or anything else like that, but I'm playing that note.
Yes.
All right, ownership of the square. So the Independence Square was a pasture on the edge of town. General William Matthew, who headed the commission for the sale of the French lands in 1728, intended for the pasture to be kept for public use. However, there was disagreement as to how this should come about. Pasture, public use, private property.
Yeah, I like that, but it's still that way though. People still go and sit in there. We have the big shady tree. Business is done in there. A lot of events are held in there too.
Oh yeah, like when they're calling your name for the court. Yeah, that too. By the way,
That's held on the other side. Some persons just go sit in the square because they need to come off their feet a little. But
don't worry. When the guy comes out of the courtroom, court building, and he's shouting, calling your name, I never heard your name.
I know. I hope I never have to go there.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is indeed. But a lot of people use, and that's the whole point.
Yes.
It's like still open to the public, and you are right. It has elements that I like. It's like a park, so to speak.
Yes, a historic park.
A little bit of nature in the town, in the capital.
Even
city.
the red telephone booth.
I love that.
That's
I actually
such
have
a
a
reminder
picture
of
in
the
that
UK.
booth. My cousin, Bijan Bass.
yeah.
I begged him to do a photo shoot. So thank you, Bijan. You're really good again. To do a photo shoot with me some years ago. And what he did with that booth, you wouldn't believe it because it didn't look like a booth and I was in it. So maybe I'll show you the picture at some point. Really good job. But I love that. It's reminiscent of, the English way of life in our parts.
Because we still have a telephone booth. So the usage of the Independence Square. In 1750, a law was passed to build a courthouse in the square, and concerns were raised about some individuals who had started to encroach on it. That's what it is. The administration in St. Kitts felt it had every right to use it because of Matthew's declaration, but his fellow commissioner, and by then the head of government, objected. Thank you. That was a good objection. I agree with it.
So that we're going to build a courthouse in the square.
That would
you
have
realize
looked,
that's what that.
That would have looked so weird.
So it's not in the square now. It's just on the other side of the square.
Just on the other side.
With the people who need to go to court huddling in the square, and you're hearing, the guy call to them to the square or from the square.
Yeah.
This is really.
So they still get to use the square, but imagine how that would have looked, Jamie.
Different, obviously.
One big thing in the smack dab of town. No, the square needed to be the square. I'm glad it stayed the square. Yeah.
It's a beautiful place, though, I have to say.
Yes, that's why I need the fence back.
That's why you need the fence back?
Yeah.
I don't like the fence, honestly. Fences indicate borders for me, and I don't think there should be any borders. So you ought to be able to enjoy the whole thing.
Okay.
That's how I see it. I don't know.
All right.
Maybe I'm alone on that. All right, so let's talk to the auctioning of the square. Gilbert Fleming went ahead and bought the land, and when the administration refused to deal with him, he sold it to Alexander Home in 1753 and quickly bought it back in 1755. I hope that that guy made a profit. Land appreciates. Fleming said that he was willing to sell or donate part of the pasture for the erection of a courthouse and sell the rest to private businessmen who would then build their business places there. Interesting.
Imagine the confusion. That square just matches town.
I just want to know how much he sold it for and how much he paid. I need a lesson there, and
But then look,
buying and selling.
But then he still wanted to put the courthouse there and then other businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So that means the courthouse would have been a tiny thing because the courthouse is massive.
I don't know. I don't know what's on the other side. But you're right. But then who knows? The square is massive still, seriously, Spound.
Yeah, but the square wasn't built to house buildings. The square was built to house humans and trees and the fountain.
I love that. The square was built to house. You kill every pretense here. I'm just playing with you. No, but I love the way that it is. So you're absolutely right. It's natural. I like the way that it is, minus the lack of there's that string again. Monument. Yeah.
Yeah. Coming soon.
Really? We'll see about that. We're using our voices and the music is being played.
Yes. So preservation of Bastille. In 1792, Webb Hobson was charged with finding a good location for the sinking of a well on the pasture. The purpose of the project was the preservation of the town of Bastille against fire and for the accommodation of the poor of the parish and for the Negroes of the island. The well was located in a small crescent-shaped piece of land on the southern side of the square. Why they gotta call us Negroes again? People. It should be for all the peoples of the island. Slavery again. Again.
You know, you're talking about 1792. We talked about 1791 earlier and what happened in St. Domingue. So pretty much the same thing. The well, though, in the square, southern part. I don't know. I don't know if your mind is like my mind thinking, okay, you've got a well there, you've got water. Is that the makings of the fountain? I don't know if that's where anybody else is going with it. I know that it was.
But
used
it's at the southern part.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But it's interesting.
More in the corner or the fountain? The fountains as well?
It's interesting because obviously you're talking about funneling water through there, and it's practical, so makes sense. But now we don't have that.
Fountain flowing deep and wide from the well.
We've got trucks now. We don't need the well.
We
got
you never know. You never know. You never know.
The slave market. So there was a slave market in the square where slaves went to sell produce they grew or things they made. It was a gathering place where slaves actually met to interact with each other, something they looked forward to so much that missionaries had a hard time calling them to church on Sunday, which then was market day. We're not going to church, we're going to socialize.
Exactly.
It's all right. Yeah.
And it's still used, as I said, sometimes as a market, because when people have the little open things, yeah, and then people get together, because you see sometimes they have family get-togethers in there, the kids are running, enjoying the playtime. Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about that, to be honest with you, because I think it's a place that's so rich in history, particularly when it comes to the interaction of slaves and the fact that slaves were sold there, that I think to some degree, and I don't know if anybody agrees with me, you don't have to, it's just my opinion, I think there's a certain sense of reverence, or rather a certain sense of irreverence at times when I'm just passing by and I'm hearing loud music and seeing random things happen there. And it's a mixed bag for me, because I understand now, obviously, it was a marketplace for slaves, but I also feel that because of its rich history, there ought to be some reverence there.
But although it was a marketplace for the slaves, remember the slaves, because that's where they knew, they went back and turned it into a market for themselves, because remember that's where they went and sell their produce. So I guess it's just the legend, or how should I say
the legacy?
The legacy continues, yes.
I suppose. Just a mixed bag for me, that's all. Just my opinion.
Yeah. Usage of the square. So from time to time, the square became a parade ground where the militia went through its drills. However, because it was not enclosed, and possibly because of the waste that accumulated during and after a market, it was an attraction for roaming goats, pigs, and dogs. This sounds like an after carnival where the sweepers are right behind to pick up all the trash.
Oh, yeah, because it's a place where there's a lot of trash too. Yeah, obviously. Like I said, it's just a mixed bag for me. Even reading that, you know, it's like...
So they didn't clean up the market. Not cool.
Oh.
Although now they do better.
Yes, because they're dedicated staff for that, which is so important. And yeah, well, while I'm on that note, thank you. You guys are somewhat overlooked, but you keep Bastille so beautiful. You're out there before the sun rises, and we do appreciate you. So thank you for that.
Greatly.
Yeah, like I said, it's a really mixed bag for me, and yeah, nobody else has to agree with me at all. But I'm just thinking it's a monument. We thought about a monument to slavery. Maybe we should have some reference.
UNESCO, Jamie said it again.
Yeah, the water project.
Yeah.
So through this project, complicated improvements to the Pall Mall Square were made. When the project was completed, a stone fountain was built in the center of the square to commemorate this significant development. At the summit of the fountain, there are 3 Grecian-styled ladies and a small child. Surrounding the circumference of the fountain are lovely flowering plants. And the significance of this, again, is, I'm waiting for somebody to tell me. as opposed to monument to slavery? Tell me.
It was just something to break our attention away from what had happened there.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With colors.
Yeah, I can see a monument where we have a slave and he's breaking the chains. That would really be the mark of independence. Independence Square.
Yeah.
I can really see that. Are you listening to me? Can we do this again? Can we do this again? Seriously, we're going to celebrate nearly 40 years of independence. Well, not nearly, 40 years of independence next year. Is somebody listening? Seriously, take note. Maybe we should reconsider this for that time. That's just me. I'm advocating for it. Who wants to sign my petition?
Everybody.
Actually, we don't have one. But hey.
But we can invite them to comment.
I guess.
Look at this. Electricity in the square. Lights. Camera. Action. The square was lit at night with kerosene lamps. Oh, so cool. But these were replaced soon after electricity was introduced in 1928. Security measures during World War II included blackouts, which meant that street lighting was not used in order to prevent enemy planes from getting a bearing on the place. However, after the war, the lights around the square continued to stay off because the power plant then in use could not, I guess, handle the demand.
Interesting. Interesting links to World War II
I know.
as well.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Lights. So they thought they could have landed in the square?
Well, I guess it would show them that there was landmass there or whatever. You know, you turn the lights off, you can't really see.
Whatever they want
to
drop.
That's what it is.
Go away.
Go away. Well, some of our fighters went away as well. Participated in World War II, so
and we still celebrate.
Let's take a look at what the Independence Square is. What is that? Independence Square is now. All right. So today, the square is the venue for many one-day cultural events. Although most of the buildings surrounding it have changed from private residences to commercial buildings, many locals and tourists still just sit on new benches which have replaced the old ones and enjoy the lovely new trees which are being replanted. That is true. It is shady.
Yeah.
It is cool. It is great to just sit by for a minute and watch the world go by.
But I think they need to restore the old benches though. Don't take away everything. You already took my fence. Yeah, they need to restore the old benches. I know the world is evolving, but come on, let us keep some form of something so we can keep the legacy alive.
All right, so Cortense is pro-old, and I'm obviously pro-new, right? Monument, 40 years of independence. Work with me. Can you see it? Seriously, can you see it?
I'll work with you the monument, but I want them to preserve the bench. And when the monument is in there, put a fence around it. But Jamie said no fence.
No fence, because we're talking about freedom, free access. I don't think there should be a fence.
All right.
So we're gonna wrap the segment up in a nice little bow with one more plug for the monument. Can you hear the song? The violin. We're not talking about the three ladies here. They're not singing.
No.
Not those at the top of the fountain.
We need a freedom statue.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So UNESCO, please, we need the statue. But that said, much more after this. Stay free on this lovely Tuesday.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus, he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though. Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home. My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys,
We don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Do you know that common baked goods such as bread and crackers are high in salt? Get salt smart.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band, and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
So after that historical talk, it is time to have a little challenge. Jamie, are you ready? I have to beat you today. I was told to not let Jamie beat me today. Okay, so I have to fulfill that promise. So today we are going to play a game that requires eye and brain coordination. We have to spot that hidden picture. Our brain has to help our eyes to bring those images into view. So viewers, comment and let us know if you find these images before Jamie and I do.
Or if you find your voice before
I know.
we have to
My
find the
voice
images.
is trying, but I'm trying to control it. It tries it every morning, but I'm the boss of it. So are you ready? For those of you looking at us, are you ready?
We'll see.
Yes, let's go.
We're asked to spot the chicken.
My gosh. Is this chicken invisible? I'm looking for this. Once I got my tablet right, I tried to spot the chicken and I just couldn't spot the chicken. I wonder if the chicken is an egg. You think so, Jim?
No, it's not going to be an egg, Hortensia. It's going to be a chicken.
But all I'm seeing is bumblebees. I don't see.
All right, I'm going to take a stab at it. Let's take the second line by the hill to the right of the tree. Is that chicken right there?
Where?
Right there. Yeah.
Where's the chicken?
To the left of the right tree, near the base of the trunk.
There's no chicken.
Not there.
Where's the chicken?
To the right.
I don't see the chicken. That's a chicken? But that don't look like a chicken.
Well, apparently our brains and our eyes are not coordinating as they should, but hey, what do I know? It's a chicken.
That looks like a flower.
Looks like a flower?
So we need to get a free point. So let's go on to the next one.
Chicken.
Wow. Find the Easter egg.
That's the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm waiting for the image to load just to make sure I have the right image loaded. No, I don't have the right image loaded. Oh, now I
That's
see it.
an
I went
Easter
too
egg,
far.
yeah.
Yes.
You're
Got it.
excited, man.
Yeah, this is like a Where's Waldo moment, right?
You know, I was playing. I don't understand. I think the universe works in my favor because I was going through some stuff like this night before, and it was hard to spot the images. I had to be looking hard.
Yeah, you'd have to be.
Yes.
And this is going to be tricky because Easter eggs seemingly have different decorations, right?
Yes.
So, if I had to guess, though,
We don't want you to guess. We just want you to find the egg.
that's so funny. You don't want me to guess. You want me to find the egg.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a stab at it again. I'm going to go with the top right above the fence.
Top right above the fence.
Oh, I'm getting waved at. I'm getting told no, it's not there. I think we need more clues. Like, what color is this egg?
There's no such thing as clues when you have to open your eyes and look.
Yeah. Well, this is
The brain
definitely
is
like
not saying anything.
This is definitely like a Where's Waldo moment. Yep. It's like, have you seen Waldo?
Wow. Okay. I can't. Can you find it?
I am.
Because I don't want to take up the time.
All right, let's give it
Looking
a few
at
more
one
seconds and then
thing.
we'll shift. We'll
Okay.
pass if we cannot find it. Maybe the folks at home are having better luck than we are.
I hope they are. Okay. I think it's in the bucket. It looks like a strawberry.
Okay, here we go, Cortensia. There it is.
Where?
That is the egg. That is
Where?
the egg right above the barrel. Wow. That that is the egg, Cortensia. Apparently, that is the egg.
Oh my gosh. And it is the egg. Look. Looking like, and that's why I
Where
said a
is it?
strawberry looking thing. This, look.
That's the egg?
That's the egg because it has the dot.
Wow.
That's why I said by the strawberry looking thing, you know. Can I not get the point? I said it was by the strawberry looking thing.
Wow, look at you advocating for yourself. Impressive.
Okay, we gotta look for a hidden moth, Jamie. Hopefully we can find it in this one. So let's look for
Hidden
the
moth.
Yeah, let's look for the butterfly.
Could it be in the pockets?
Oh gosh, then we definitely won't see him. My gosh, where's this butterfly?
All right, I think I see it. It's to the top right by the hat. It's the middle of the right screen by the hat. Right next to that yellow jumper or t-shirt or whatever that is.
Yellow jumper. I'm trying to see what
Are you guys hearing me? I think that's where it is. Am I getting a yes? Am I getting a no? Yeah, that's where I put it. Got it.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
But
Hidden
how
moth.
though? He's right by the hat.
Yeah.
Look at Jamie. Oh my gosh.
Got it. That one was easier.
Oh,
Now we're looking
not
for
really a for sale sign.
In the next one, we're looking for a hidden for sale sign. So we've got a jump start on our viewers. Let's see how quickly we can find that. For sale sign. Ooh, I see what's going on here. This is very interesting.
How can I find a for sale and everything that's sold? Wow.
So very interesting.
Listen, the persons that bought all these houses, these people,
Well, they did say it was hidden, right?
yeah.
Okay, I found it. It's next to the house in the gray roof. It's right behind that at the bottom, somewhere in the bottom left. It's about the third or fourth row of houses between the red roof and the brown roof house. Right there, for sale.
Where is it?
Yep, Hortensia. I got it.
I don't see
Right
it.
there.
Show me.
Yep.
On your stuff. Show me on your
Yeah,
stuff.
right there. For sale.
Where?
I got it. Right there. For sale. You got to zoom back out so that you get it. Yeah, right there. For sale. Those two words.
No, I don't see it. I guess I never will.
Yeah, so hey, this is an interesting activity. Brain-eye coordination.
Jamie's whooping me.
Oh, well. So now we've got to spot the ring. Yeah,
It's right on the rabbit. It's right on his bootay.
Is that where it is? Okay, it's not where it is, Hortensia.
Man.
This is, yeah, a little more challenging with this one.
What?
Spot the ring. Guys at home, if you are finding this out before we are, hey, leave a comment. Let us know where it is.
Oh man, what's going on with my thing? This has me thinking, is the handle of the ring? What is my tablet doing, yo?
I'm going to try the tire. I'm going to try the wheel of the barrel. And that's not it. That's too obvious, clearly. So that is not it, Hortensia.
Is it the white thing that's there?
I'm tempted to say the carriage just because. And
No.
there's a joke in there. They're spelled differently, though it doesn't mean the same thing.
No.
It's not going to be that.
Where is the ring? Why is the ring hiding so bad?
I actually don't think it is hiding that. I think that we're just terrible at coordinating. All right, I got it. It's next to the flower top. It's the middle of the right screen, rather. And it's right there at the top of that plant or that carrot. It's right over it. It's a gold ring.
Where?
Gold ring right there. Yeah, got it.
Where?
There. It's right there.
The orange carrot? I'm bad. I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamie's eyes are so good today. No
There you
fear.
go. Yeah, that one was not as difficult. Kind of jutting out of the ground, really. Wow. So what are the scores? Do you see those scores?
I am so sorry that I lost. According to the person that told me I had to beat Jamie today, Jamie has 3. I'm even losing my voice.
All right. Enough losses for you. Cut your losses. We'll cut to commercials. See you on the other side.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Consuming excess salt can lead to heart attack, high blood pressure, and even stroke, and other health-related conditions such as kidney disease.
Good morning. This is Kayana Paris and support from Paris Lamont. I want to encourage y'all to sign on to Good Morning SKN every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 327. Thanks.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. It is time for us to loosen up. Summertime is almost over, but not quite yet. Thankfully for those who have to go back to school. Yeah, it's not quite yet over. So people all over the world relish in the warmth and tranquility that exudes from our tropical beaches here in the Caribbean. There are many ways to have fun on the beach. Not only swimming, but parasailing, running, fishing, or even hosting a bonfire party. Despite all this fun, there is one major concern that comes to mind whenever you think of the beach. Can I get the theme music playing? No, we did that already. Kidding. You're gonna know what I'm talking about, right? So it's safety. Well, obviously it's safety. I was thinking Jaws, but we're keeping it more general, thankfully. And here are some ways to stay safe, while on the beach.
You don't have to stay in a safe to stay safe.
Who wants to be in a safe? Stay in a safe.
but technically there is a safe, which is a cage that you use on the water if you want to swim with the sharks to stay safe.
Got you
So,
now.
yeah.
No, there's
Feel
no
the
one
vibe.
going in that. 40 feet down or whatever that is, 40 meters down. Remember that movie?
Oh man, I done did that. So learn how to swim. See, I'm always telling my co-host, I gotta take him to the beach to learn how to swim. We swimming across the Nevis. He's gonna wear a Speedo, he's gonna be like Rico Suave swimming in. So you have to learn how to swim. So the knowledge of swimming is the surest way to stay safe on the beach. It teaches you water safety and improve your self-confidence. It helps you to develop physical skills such as hand-eye coordination and muscle tone. Jamie, imagine you. Muscle tone.
All right, I can take the hand-eye coordination since I got you on the brain-eye coordination. So that might work. We just keep the coordination going. Just keep the coordination going.
The shade.
Definitely get your
Jamie.
umbrellas for the beach as well. Thank you, Cortensia, for that. The shade, indeed. Definitely need some shade. You're talking about
We are shaded.
sunny days.
Yes,
sunny days.
yes.
Yeah, swimming is such an important skill.
Mhm.
I agree, and especially when you're surrounded by a body of water,
Yes.
like we are on this
Mhm.
island. Yeah, unless you're like me, who prefers the body of air.
I think swimming should be part of PE now. So we should have a dedicated swimming teacher to each school, and then we make it a part of PE. Because for us to live in the tropics, Jamie, and don't know how to swim, I learned at 14, and I told you the little 5-year-olds were coming to rescue me from the bottom of the pool almost every time. And why is it, as you said, we're surrounded by water? Why is it we don't know how to swim?
It's going to be a logistical nightmare, though, when you think about it, because
Mhm.
schools don't have swimming pools. And
No,
so,
But we don't need
to get to the beach.
Yeah, we have to. I'm talking about the beach. Let's learn in the beach.
Yeah, but when? During the regular school day?
During
Who's gonna
regular
truck
school day.
the students to the beach and bring them back from the beach?
So we have a designated gypsy bus at each school that's going to take the PE class to the beach with
How
the
long?
teacher.
Commuting? Getting back?
Okay,
you
that,
see that.
that
is
PE
a
class,
nightmare.
hold on, that one day in the week, that PE class should be about 2 hours. So it takes us less than 15 minutes to get to any beach in this island, especially in Frigate Bay. So we're going to Frigate Bay. We're not going to the Golden Lemon. We're going to Frigate Bay. So it's 10 minutes to the beach, and then the rest, brief the children, ensure you have your children inside at all times, and you teach your kids how to swim. It's going to be so
Aha.
cool.
Yeah.
And
There
make sure
are-
that PE class is at the end of school. How about that?
That
See,
should
I
be
taught it
optional.
out. I
That
taught it
probably
out
would be
great.
optional. Well,
Yeah.
here we go. So that's something that we'll get back to. Up for
See?
supervised beaches. So there are many risks for swimmers who venture out of designated swimming areas. Seemingly calm waters can be rougher than expected, not to mention the undertow, which can pull
Yeah.
you away from the
The
shore.
shore, mhm.
Yes, it can pull you away from the shore. That's why some people like Alani Love prefer to swim in her swimming pool, like she said on The Real the other day.
Yeah, but the swimming pool too. The swimming pool teaches you how. What's the word I'm trying to? Okay, the water in the swimming pool is still, so that can help you with the still water that's in the sea that have the pull that's actually pulling you out. So it's good to learn in the swimming pool, but it's better in the sea because you have the buoyancy and you tend to learn things quicker. Because in the pool is a struggle, you know, Jamie. It's a struggle.
This said from the person who was at the bottom of the pool.
Almost all the time.
Or by the person who was at the bottom of the pool. All right, here we go.
But now I'm not at the bottom of the pool anymore, though.
Aha,
See
there
me
you go.
swimming across. So obey signs at the beach. Please do. Most beaches have a clear and easy to understand sign system. These inform swimmers of safety zones and potential risk areas. Obeying the safety instructions is not a suggestion. It is an obligation. Please obey the signs, folks. It'll save your life.
Yeah, that is definitely true. There are some people who like to push the envelope. We know that. But it's definitely true. If you obey the signs, you'll be safe for you. You'll be safer for the lifeguard. Yeah, it will be safer for everybody.
Yes, and when the lifeguard comes to save you, please don't kill the lifeguard. Because then nobody will survive.
Do the lifeguards have designated times to be here? I wonder, because I've been at the beaches early in the morning. Do we have lifeguards here?
I was just going to ask you.
Let me ask you that. Wow.
No.
Okay, so you're your own lifeguard.
Yeah.
Which is why I stay on land. You see that, right? That works. That works for me. That works for me. I am staying on land.
Jamie,
talk about getting your feet wet.
I'm calling
on the
Mr.
shore
James, and we are going to Nevis. Okay?
We don't have lifeguards. So here I am talking
Mr.
about
James. He's a lifeguard expert.
Yeah, in St. Kitts?
In Nevis.
Exactly. So I'm here talking about designated times for lifeguards to be at the beach because I've been at beaches like before sunrise and there's nobody there. Okay, that's fine. I'm saying, okay, maybe the lifeguards have designated hours. They're going to come and so on. Forget that. Do you have signs at these beaches that tell you don't go out beyond this point? No.
The buoys.
The buoys? That's what they mean.
Those are your signs, yes?
So so the buoys tell me, the non-swimmer, hey, Jamie, don't come out this far.
Don't pass
Thank you for telling me that, because if there was a sign on the buoy, I would know that.
Yeah.
Is there a sign on the buoy?
Okay, so as Jamie's saying, can we put some signs on the buoy since he wasn't aware that the buoys are the points where we're not supposed to pass, especially if we're not expert swimmers, or they can be boats that are berths in there, so it makes no sense to go run into a boat.
Interesting stuff. Okay.
So stay inside.
Yeah, or just stay on land. But hey, I'm not supposed to say that. Don't be like me. Get your feet wet, and you know what? Do it with a partner.
Look.
So pair up with someone that you won't go into the water without. Okay, so you can have that person. So you run into any difficulties with that person. Yeah, they'll be there to help you, right? Count on a friend in case of a problem. Exactly.
But don't kill your friend in the process. Just like I asked you not to kill the lifeguard. If you're going down, allow us to just hold you and drag you back to shore. Just relax.
If you were going down,
allow us to drag you back
to hold you
up and drag you back to shore.
Well, the up was missing.
Okay, hold you up with your head out of the water and drag you back to shore. Do not try to take us down in the process, because guess what's going to happen? The stronger person is going to leave you to go down all on your own, because you're basically trying to kill us both.
Wow.
Yeah.
All the swimmers are telling me what the buoys mean. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's all right. I'm better on land.
So look at this. I know in the Caribbean we say, oh, we don't need sunscreen. We have good skin. We can do this, we can do that. But we do need sunscreen. So use sunscreen with at least an SPF 15 and reapply as directed. For anyone going in the water, wear waterproof sunscreen. And as I said before, some of the sunscreens, they recommended you put them on prior to going to the beach, so half an hour before. And be mindful with your eyes, because those that are not waterproof, when they run down, they burn your eyes. And you do not want to be distracted whilst in the water. You're getting pulled out, you're floating away, and then when you do come to your senses, you're scared and you're fighting for life. So please do the right thing when you know you're going to the beach and when you're at the beach. If you know you're not a strong swimmer, stay close to the shore. If you can swim, still be careful, because we have persons or things that belong to the sea, because yes, people are still piloting their mermaids. Stay out of their way, please. That's their zone.
According to Hortensia, you guys stay away from the sirens. Don't listen to her song. All right, educate yourself. Learn about potential hazards such as riptides and undertow, shallow sandbanks, and dangerous marine animals. This knowledge will be useful in the event that an incident occurs. So definitely educate yourself.
Yeah, it's like
as much as you can.
Venice Beach and Nevis, if you ever go, after a certain point, the sand, like it drops. So you're walking out and you just drop. You have to be careful with that.
Which is why...
No, you don't have to stay away from it, Jamie. No. I'm just
shore.
See, then this is why I'm telling you. So if you're going, you're not going to be alarmed. Just be mindful that every time the sea comes in, it pushes the sand up and it takes some out.
Yeah, and then I can drop. And nobody would see me unless I go with a friend. By the way, that friend should be able to swim, which is not what I said before. But hey, yeah, all of that good stuff. Great.
Look at this one. Don't swim under the influence.
Of what?
Alcohol. Alcohol. Yes, do not drink 2, 3, 4, 5 kilobs and go in the sea.
Well, that's what you talked about. Okay, got it.
Well,
I have my own take on it.
That's the strongest one I can think about.
Don't swim under the influence of a friend. You're trying to get me to swim. That works too. All right.
So alcohol numbs the senses, impair response time, and leads to unsteadiness and instability to swim, making it difficult to get out of dangerous situations. Yeah, you mellow. Imagine you're being pulled out and you're like, yeah, dude, mellow, peace, love, harmony.
Yeah.
I'm going with the flow.
Can I rate this PPS? Peer pressure in swimming. Do not swim under the pressure. There we go. Under the influence of a friend, under the influence of alcohol, or under any kind of pressure.
Yes.
Don't swim
As he said, if you're not comfortable, don't go out. So he's not comfortable going out, so I can't pull him out. But one day, I'll get him out.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That brings us to the end of our summertime safety tips for staying safe on the beach, right? Yeah. I'm going to be right here on land. You're going to join me when we come back. Stay tuned.
Consuming foods like bananas, potatoes, and dried peas and beans, such as lentils and kidney beans, contains potassium, which helps to reduce salt in the body.
Has anyone ever touched you here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
If you gradually use less salt, you will gradually want less salt. Eating less salty foods will reduce your cravings for salty foods. Let's get salt smart.
Bless up, Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
Yeah. I know we can make it. It's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gonna be safe. Everybody gonna be safe. One kind, yeah. One people. We are roll up to roll up. Yeah. Cause no man's alone. Do what's right. Alright. Cause I love you. Brother, my sister. And we're in this together. My sister, my brother. I too much. I think it's better for us, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Hey, I don't wanna lose ya. I love you too much, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll up to roll out.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Yes, we are all smiles on this Tuesday, as we said, choose to smile. The power of the voice. This will be the common theme in this discussion with our next guest. The human voice is very compelling in nature. It is the medium through which we communicate with the outside world, our ideas, our emotions, and our personality. The voice is the very emblem of the speaker, the indelibly woven into the fabric of their speech. Today we are honored to speak to Blestina Charles, who uses her powerful voice to sing gospel and worship music. Join us in welcoming Blestina, singer-songwriter, to the set of Good Morning SKN. Hey, Blestina, good morning again, and welcome to Good Morning SKN. It's our pleasure.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure as well.
You are certainly welcome. I'm going to dive right into it. So we asked you to sing a note before we started, and my God, I was blessed. I felt it. So what role did your church play in your early life?
Oh, it played a significant role because I was very shy, and I remember significantly the first time that I started singing, I was about 10, and it was a Christmas concert. I was singing Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, and I was doing hand actions and everything. And they asked me to come back up, and I think that really boosted my confidence. And from then on, I started singing for different concerts, different groups in the church, and that really boosted me and built me as a singer.
Lovely.
All right, so walk us through that process of your growth from being a young child knowing that you can sing. Because a lot of people who grow up in church, it's just second nature. You grow up at church, you're singing those songs before you know it. You get out into an environment where there are non-singers and they go, wow, you can sing. Let's put you up into the spotlight. Was that similar for you? Walk us through that process.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So initially, I did not know I could sing. From growing up, I would always be singing and they would be telling me, let's hush your mouth. And so, but from being in church, I started being around people who could sing, and I'm grateful for my church because they acknowledged that I could sing and they put me in different spaces and environments that would hone my singing ability. So that was amazing, and that built my confidence to be able to sing for different concerts outside of the church, different settings that, you know, I probably wouldn't normally sing in, but it really built my confidence to do that.
Good stuff. So what went into developing your singing technique? Did you listen to various artists, or were you just blessed with it?
Yes, definitely. I think it was a gift, of course, but from listening to different artists, for example, my father gave me a Yolanda Adams CD when I was about maybe 7 or 8, and I would listen to that CD every day, and I would write out the lyrics to all the songs, and I think that was really instrumental in my growth because I find that I really love soulful music. I know that she is one of my main influences, and that's why I think I really love soulful music.
All right, so she's one of your main influences. What
Yes,
about
please.
other influences?
Sure, no problem. I love Jermaine Edwards as well, and I think that's why I like reggae music as well. So I think my voice is really soulful in nature, but I have a deep appreciation for reggae and those types of music. So those influences played an integral role in my development as a singer as well.
Well, I have to tell our viewers, your voice is actually very soulful because before we began, I asked Blestina for a preview. You're going to get it. That was your song, by the way, which we're going to get to your original copies. Congratulations again for that.
Thank you.
Really great voice, Blestina.
Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh, goosebump voice. So inspiring, loving, leading through music. Tell us more about this mission statement of yours.
Sure. So I wanted my mission statement to reflect who I am as a person. So the inspiring element speaks to really reaching out to individuals and touching individuals and showing them that, you might go through different situations, but, life is full of inspiration. We are still here for you to encourage you. And what I've noticed is that persons connect to, for example, persons' valley moment experiences. So you explaining something where an experience that you went down or you felt low in spirit, persons connect and resonate with those experiences. So we aim to basically translate that into the music and be transparent and authentic in the music that we create so that persons can see that, I have been there too. I have experienced my own share of valley moment experiences as it relates to leading. It's not common that persons would have music and mental health incorporated in a business or a brand. That's how we want to lead in that space. And as it relates to loving, I find myself as a very empathetic person. So I want that to be a part of our mission statement and encompass all of that.
That's good. And you mentioned you inspire. When you feel low, how do you manage to inspire yourself?
Well, I try to stay connected to God and read the word and so forth. I love listening to music. Music really builds my spirit, so I'm really particular about listening to music when I feel low. And I speak to different persons who I know can encourage me as well, because that's really important. The persons that you listen to in those valley experiences really have a profound effect on you as a person and your ability to recover.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about the inspiring in your theme, inspiring, loving, and leading through music. Obviously, when we're talking about valley experiences, it's not one of those places that's like, oh, everybody wants to go there. It's good. It's not going to be one of those feel-good type of things. So how do you capture that in your writing and in your ministry?
Okay, I think I really try to be raw and honest in the way that I write. So I think my best songs, some of which have not yet been released, have come from the moments that I felt the worst. So when I feel really strongly or I have a painful experience, I try to write and let that be translated in the music so that it's an authentic piece. So if I feel a strong emotion, if I'm going through something, if something significant has happened, I try to write so that the music is authentic throughout that process.
And I'm going to pick your brain just a little bit longer. When it comes to that moment, when you are writing something that's raw and that's honest, which one of your songs can you tell us about that has that experience with it?
Well, it's an unreleased song, but a song that I wrote, Trust, I wrote it in 2014, and that was a rough period for me. And the first line said, today is a day I feel like you're so far from me, like feeling like God is so far from you. But I know that in the midst of my trial and situation, that someday you're going to make me smile, that my pain is not in vain, and something like that. And I shied away from writing music like that because I felt like I was being too vulnerable, but I realized that persons relate with that more. So I'm trying to tap into that more.
So how do you feel when somebody walks up to you and say, you inspire me through your music? Because I did not expect you, Blestina, to be going through something like that.
It really warms my heart because I know in these spaces, for example, in the Caribbean, that persons don't necessarily talk about mental health or talk about their struggles or talk about those things. So it really warms my heart to know that people feel open enough to have that conversation with me. It makes me feel like I've accomplished my mission statement, to know that I'm inspiring people in the process.
But I do have to tell you, you're very brave, because being vulnerable in a public space is not easy at all. Did you have to learn to become comfortable with that? And are you comfortable with that? Or are you still learning to be comfortable with that?
I think I'm still learning, but I'm a lot better at this point, because initially I shied away from it a lot. But I have learned that the reward is greater than the pain, the reward of seeing people, feel like they're healed or feel comfortable in their own skin. That is far greater than me feeling ashamed of an experience. So I'm very open to that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps just for that. That is so good that we don't have to, as I said before, we looked at people and we said, oh, they're crazy, they're this, they're that. But we never really delved in and understood what they're going through. And now that mental health is on this grand platform, I'm so thankful, and I'm glad for every person that tries to be part of the puzzle to bring it all together so that we can let persons know it's okay. You're not in this alone, even though we may not go through it. We can be a bit empathetic.
Yes.
And trust me, you hit the nail on the head. So
Thank you so much.
I like that and very appreciative. So I will encourage you to keep going.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Indeed. And with that said, viewers, stay tuned. Much more with Blessina after this short break.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Salt is an important part of the human diet, but most of us consume more than we realize.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are speaking with the talented singer-songwriter, Blessina Charles. Very engaging conversation, by the way, opening up about vulnerability and your experiences and touching people, inspiring people. Now we're going to talk about your debut single, For You, released in 2017.
Sure.
What
no
inspired
problem.
it?
Well, actually, I got the beat from Steven Richards. He just sent me a random beat, and I wrote the song in 2015, I think. I was on the PA in Nevis coming down to St. Kitts. I was waiting for the boat, and I just happened to listen to the beat and write the song from there. Initially, it was strange for me writing a groovy soca piece because persons know me to do worship and different things like that. But I was grateful for the opportunity because it stretched me as a writer, stretched me as a singer-songwriter. So that really launched me at that point.
Nice. So what do you, let me ask it this way, do you write all your songs or do you have co-writers on your songs?
I have written all of my songs so far, but I am very open to collaborating with other people. I have somebody in mind who helps me. I bounce ideas from him. So it's not that he has, physically written with me as yet, but he gives me ideas. That's my friend, Leandre. Shout out to you, Leandre. Yes.
All right. So other than Trust, which you mentioned before, is there a song that has been very challenging for you to pen?
Yes. Most of my songs have been challenging, because I would start them and take forever to complete them. But Trust was a hard one, I think, because in the moment I was going through it at that point in time. Other than that, I have other songs. For example, there's another one, I Will Rise, that I have not yet released as yet. But most of those songs, because of the nature of the songs and because they speak about struggle, they have been challenging to pen, challenging to release. But I think I'm at the point where I'm ready to release them.
Oh, we are eager.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we have a clip of this song Come. So let's take a listen.
The harvest is plenty, the laborers are few. The road may be rocky, but his promise is true. Hold on to him and he'll see you through. When everybody runs away, Jehovah comes to save the day. He will see you through. Oh, I said the road may be rocky, but his promise is true. Hold on to him and he'll see you through. When everybody runs away, Jehovah comes to save the day. He will change your life. Oh, come into lost places. Come, the Father is waiting. Come, people are hurting. The harvest is plenty. The laborers are few.
The Father is waiting for so many people are hurting. The harvest is plenty, the laborers are few. Come, come, oh come.
Ooh, come indeed.
The mark of a great singer. I don't care how many times you listen to an album. The mark of a great singer is what you feel when you hear them live.
And I
Blestina.
I had the bumps to prove.
Anointed.
Thank you. Thank you.
So why release it in 2020?
In 2020? Well, I wrote it in 2019 for a Congress. We had a Congress in Antigua, and every time we have a Congress, there's a theme. And for some reason, I could never find a song that accurately captures the essence of the theme, so I end up writing my songs. So I wrote the song in 2019, the Congress went well, the theme was Come, carrying one message to everyone, everywhere. I wrote the song, then I started school and got a bit delayed, but I felt really impressed to, release the song. So in the heat of school in 2020, I released the song in March, and from then on, I've been singing it and really been toying with the idea of the song and getting engaged with the song and so forth. So that's how it started.
The words, one of the words that I heard was hurting. And I know in 2020, a lot of us hurt because a lot of us lost our jobs, the world stopped, we had nowhere to go. So I think that must have been the universe and God working right there to release that song in 2020 to give us some form of relief in the form of music. So thank you so much. And thank you to the divine.
No problem. Yes. That was God indeed, because I actually wrote it in 2019, not knowing that there would be Corona and the pandemic, everything in 2020. So, yes.
Yeah. Divine.
You are the founder of Blestina Music.
Yes, please.
The one and only Blestina. So, Blestina Music. What can you tell us about that and the services that you provide?
Sure, no problem. So Blestina Music is sort of a hybrid ministry and business where we marry our passion for music as well as our passion for mental health, and we package it in the form of a ministry/business. So in Blestina Music, we offer jingle services where we create jingles, we write the lyrics for persons, we ensure that the jingle accurately captures the essence of your brand. So for example, if you're in a beauty brand, we want to write lyrics that capture that, have a sound that captures that with 3-part harmonies and music that would sell your brand and give it visibility. We also have live performances, live solo performances. For example, if I sing at a wedding or a funeral or something like that, there's also the live performance package. For example, if you have an event and you want me to perform a live set for 15 to 20 minutes, we're trying to work on, for example, like a music therapy for me to incorporate my background in psychology and merge it with my singing. I'm working on that as well.
Oh, great things.
Good stuff. And on that note, if someone wanted to contact you for a wedding or funeral or any other event, can you look into that camera and give your information?
Sure, no problem. So you can contact me at 765-8982. You can also go on my website, officialblestinamusic.com. You can contact me directly on Instagram at officialblestinamusic. And you can also email me at bookingblestina@gmail.com.
And we've got all of that. We've got all of those details.
Yeah. Yes,
I wish we had more time to talk to you. We understand you're a student of psychology, so you're wanting to incorporate this into Blestina Music makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
But this undoubtedly won't be the last time.
No,
yes,
you gotta come back. You gotta come back. You see,
yes, definitely.
Universe don't lie. Indeed.
It's been our pleasure, Blestina. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me as well.
All right, more Good Morning SKN in a moment. Stay tuned.
Hi. If you are a smoker, please pay attention to this message. According to the World Health Organization, there are 1.3 billion smokers in the world today, and tobacco kills 1 out of every 2 smokers. Did you know that there is enough nicotine in 5 cigarettes to kill an average adult if ingested whole? There are more than 7,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke, of which more than 250 are known to be harmful. More than 69 are known to cause cancer, and 16 are classified as Group 1 carcinogens. Smoking kills. Are you ignoring that warning every time you smoke? Please stop. Smoking can lead to severe health complications and even death. It affects almost every organ in the body, especially the lungs and heart. It raises blood pressure, increases blood clots, and increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer. It is hard to quit smoking, but it is not impossible. Don't let tobacco destroy you. Remember the 4 Ds to curb your tobacco cravings. 1. Delay. Set a time limit before you decide to smoke. 2. Drink water. Go get a drink before you do anything else. 3. Do something else. Have a goodie bag handy of other things to do. And 4. Deep breathing. Take at least 10 deep breaths every time you think about smoking. Quit smoking and live a longer and happier life. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Did you know that there are certain seasonings that contain more salt than you actually need? There are more natural, healthier ways to reduce the salt intake in your dishes by using natural things like onions, garlic, seasoned peppers, and even thyme and merengue powder.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. It's time for another installment of The Time Machine. Today we will be traveling back in time to reflect on some popular snacks from our younger years. Yeah, if you grew up around my household, you probably didn't have the money to afford those. But hey, let's go. Let's see. Maybe it was like 50 cents or something.
I know.
We're going to take a look. We're going to find out.
Corn curls, fruit roll up. No, I just go to say now and later. Oh my God.
Definitely couldn't afford that. I don't even know what that is.
25 cents. You don't know now and later? The first year I moved to St. Kitts, we were staying on, Jesus, I don't remember the street, but it was in Newtown. And then Jay's Shop and Save was the it then. Every time we got 25 cents, we went around the corner and got ourselves now and later. So that candy stuck in my head. And every time I say now and later, I get happy. Even now when I go to Judith Little Supermarket, I get myself now and later. Ha!
I'm hoping we have Jawbreakers there, because that's the one that the ladies with the tray outside the primary
25
school.
cents again.
Really definitely breaking your jaw. Never bite down, though. Never bite down.
No, never bite down until. Even although at the end it becomes like full candy.
Did you hear me? Never. It wasn't conditional. It was never.
We bit down. We bit down eventually, but in the initial stages, don't. I had some the other day too.
Yeah, Jawbreakers.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jawbreakers.
I don't even know if it's up there. I'm just preempting things. But hey, if it's not, well, we talked about it.
Oh my God! Remember
there
those?
was a running joke that I have on this. One of my coworkers who is Jamaican. Who was Jamaican? Well, she is still Jamaican. She didn't change her nationality since I started telling you about her. She loves jokes. She says it. In our context, it means something else entirely. Which was the joke. And she said it in church. So people used to look at her like, really? And she's just, she keeps it up. But hey.
And I'm sure she didn't understand the connotation it has to the locals here.
Because she's talking about the snack.
The snack, the biscuit. Yeah.
There you go. So be careful what you say where. That's the message.
Oh, man. Yes.
Jana said, yeah, I haven't forgotten. There you go. I got you.
Oh, man.
All right. It took me a while, but I got you.
Oh. Am I the only person that are going to order all these snacks?
Yes, you are.
My summers in the BVI were Super 2 summers. Oh, my aunt bought them and she had them there, and that was our snack. Super 2s, fruit roll-ups, Capri Sun juices. Listen, I enjoyed growing up.
Yeah.
And I still buy Super 2 from Judith as well.
I'm one of those corn curl guys. Okay, Nova Foods. Here we go. Remember those days?
Yeah, I remember Nova. Definitely. Yeah, corn curls was and bag drink. How could you forget bag drink?
You can't forget that.
I had a bag drink the other day, a frozen one, because it was that hot. Yes, from Judith again. She has all my childhood memory snacks.
But do you love this? I mean, literally, the brand is called Bag Drink. Why is it called Bag Drink?
Because
somebody literally sealed a plastic bag with drink in it. And we call it, that was a brand.
But now, yeah, the bag drink bag is just a plain bag and you see the color of the drink in it. I stick to my favorite flavor, which is the white one.
You like the white
which
one?
I feel is cream soda somewhat, yeah.
I like the green one. But I gotta
The
say,
green
that
one
was
is
the brand.
acidic, man.
That's the thing. You talk about marketing your stuff. Bag drink. That's the brand. Those were simpler types, clearly.
Yep.
Clearly.
We had fun.
Okay, I don't know who ate this, but I didn't eat that. I'm sorry.
No.
Don't know what that is.
That's probably new age.
Lollipop paint shop.
I know about the, what do you call it? Baby bottle pop. Not the lollipop.
I don't even know
paint.
that. Like I said to you, you gotta understand here. One, I wasn't really a snacker, but if I were to snack,
and you're not sweet.
We're gonna take the vanilla and cream and biscuits. Not like that. I don't know what you call it. I forgot the brand. Bimbo biscuits. Bimbo.
Oh yeah,
That was the
Bimbo
brand.
with the ish. Yeah,
Here I
with
go.
the
There's a
ish.
theme today. Dukes and anyway, never mind. But the biscuits. The biscuits.
Dukes
that was
and
the
Bimbo.
brand.
That's
That's
not good.
Oh,
That is not
yes.
good. And here comes Shirley.
Yeah, Shirley,
Oh,
of course.
man, yeah.
The original.
Yeah.
And the coconut. Not the ginger. Love Shirley.
The ginger is just big sugar crystals stuck in a biscuit to me.
Oh boy. Yeah.
But I'm an original. I don't know about the rest. The rest, and it's so sweet, so I don't eat it now.
You know what else I liked?
Ovaltine?
As much, no, not Ovaltine. The Maria biscuits.
Oh, Maria, the round ones.
Yeah, my grandmother would eat those.
Oh, okay.
like nothing. I don't think she liked Shirley biscuits as much, but
Ovaltine
yeah.
biscuit tastes weird though. It has
I
a
don't
weird
mind it.
vibe to it.
It tastes like the tea, so I love the tea. So you ever see the commercial? More
So
Ovaltine,
tea should
please.
be tea, not. And the
More
tea biscuits
Ovaltine,
are
please.
Maria, but we shouldn't have any Ovaltine biscuits. I don't know. I like Ovaltine biscuits. Yeah.
You ever had the habit of eating tea biscuits with your tea, and you're like,
Yeah, you dip it.
You're holding that teacup like the royals do. Because there's a method to that, apparently.
I still do.
Which I like. Oh, you still.
But you don't see me holding my teacup with my little pinky stick off.
But there you go. That's it. It's like Cheerio.
Cheerio, and then you dip your biscuit toe.
No, don't dip the biscuit. Well, that's what you do. I don't do that.
Yes, because then you get the nice little tea taste with the biscuit.
No, I'm sorry. It's all going to end up in one place. So we're going to be mixed anyway.
Nah.
Pretend. Do you know this?
I know of it, and it had some that pops in your mouth when you put it in. Yeah.
Yeah, never saw this before in my life. Fun dip.
Yeah. So it's a white kind of stick candy, and there's powder in the other side of the pouch. And when you stick it in, you put it in your mouth, you just feel it pop, 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 pop in your tongue. Yeah. So I know about that.
Okay. Can we get pipe juice? Because that's the government pipe juice, like water.
Government punch. Government punch. Government punch.
All right.
Twinkies. Yeah, I had it, but I'm not really a fan, no.
Not a fan of Twinkies.
No.
I believe that these things are more North American than us.
Yeah, but
to some degree. That particular one.
That's Trinidad Twinkies, though.
That's Trinidad Twinkies?
Yeah, man.
Well, so much for North America.
With a Jamaican
below me.
accent.
With a yes, indeed.
But that's Trinidad Twinkies, yeah.
Indeed. Oh, man.
That is exactly what it is.
Interesting snacks. Where's the
Ooh, Chubby Wubby.
I remember that.
Oh, man. So you had money to buy the Chubby, but you had no money to buy the other stuff.
Listen, I was very frugal as a child. I don't know if it shows, but yeah, I could have opened my own bank as a child. Like literally, I would manage.
Saved all his
I would manage the pocket. Okay.
My favorite Chubby was the banana, though.
Your favorite Chubby was the banana. I
The
didn't like
flavor.
Chubby. I really didn't like Chubby. I was one of those like Coca-Cola kids. I hate to say it, but yeah, that's what I was. Coca-Cola.
Chubby, 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 Chubby.
And the Nova Foods. Yeah, the Coca-Cola at the Cork Girls.
Chubby.
Yeah. Forget Pringles. When you've got Nova Foods.
You know, Pringles never used to taste good then when I was
How dare
younger.
you? What are you talking
Pringles
about?
tasted like paper. Only to me, Pringles have taste. I didn't like Pringles growing up as a kid.
No, you
Not
gotta
corn
be kidding me.
curls. When my mom bought corn curls as a snack for my sisters and my brother, she had to buy popcorn for yours truly. But eventually, I grew to love, Cheetos, and I mixed it with
Cheetos,
extra
yes.
pepper. Yeah.
Cheetos,
Flaming
Chester, Chester Cheetah,
Flaming
Cheetos.
hot Cheetos.
Oh, those commercials! I'm just thinking about Chester walk right now, or drive, or whatever he does. It's making my mouth water.
We want Cheetos.
That. Sorry, Nova. I sideline you for Cheetos. Okay. Anyway, that's where we are. Hey,
Tootsie Pop. You remember the owl? How many legs does it take to get to the center of
I remember
Tootsie
a rap
Pop?
song like that, which I linked to this because I was like, "This is so very interesting."
No.
I don't know if it was Timbaland. Perhaps it was Timbaland. But anyway, yeah.
We're back to the owl and the Tootsie Pops. And he's
Listen,
up in the
everything is
tree, and then he
connected.
bites it. And then he bites it.
And I actually started counting. I actually used to count the licks.
To see.
To
And
see,
then,
which was ridiculous because every lick was different. Some longer, some shorter. It is what it is, right? So it's like, I gave up after a while.
yeah.
I think I got to 25 and I was like, no, I'm not there yet. Forget it.
You remember the Chupa Chup lollipops too?
No.
Oh man.
No.
The nice creamy lollipops inside the strawberry and cream. Those lollipops were the ish. And don't talk about the blow pop. And the
Okay.
the jumbo ones. And the jumbo ones are still a Value Mart actually.
Nah, Yeah, no clue. You talking that? I'm talking ice lollies because those were the next thing other than bag drinks. Ice lollies. Those were the thing. Right?
Man.
Yeah.
How about the jam wrapped up in the paper? My brother-in-law still does
tamarind
that.
jam.
Oh man.
Yes, of course, because you get the seeds. That's the best part. You get the seeds and you're like, let's get all of that good stuff off the seed.
Listen.
A lot of sugar, by the way. Thank God
It was good.
for healthy eating habits.
Because we never really rushed to drink water after all of those sweet stuff,
Of course not. Why would you?
Did
When
we
you've got-
had we known the benefits, we would have done a bit
Why
better.
would you do that when you've got sweet drinks? That's the time. No wonder we were so hyper, running around trying to settle after break time.
I know.
No, we know better now.
Listen,
We
we
do
gotta
better.
keep those things alive so the legacy lives on, so the children can know this is what we had as snacks. What about popcorn? the salty popcorn. I used to get my popcorn from Gloria or Miss Allen when I was on my way home. So yeah.
Yeah, the popcorn. Okay. Well.
Do we have any more snacks though?
I told you before. No, we don't. We're gonna. Yeah, we don't have any more snacks at all.
We're gonna snack out of here.
We're gonna leave the popcorn generation. We will be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, don't want to run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. And yes, it's that time where we let you know what is happening. So what is happening today? Agripreneur Conference. Look at that. So you can become an agriculture entrepreneur for women and girls. Yes. So the Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, is hosting an Agripreneur Conference for women and girls from August 23rd, that's from today, to the 25th from 8 a.m. So it's ongoing to 12 p.m. daily. Interested women and girls are asked to register at the Department of Gender Affairs at the GMBC building in Charlestown. Registration is free, so go out and register. The venue for the conference is the Department of Gender Affairs Conference Room.
Yeah, that's all the time we have for what's happening. That's all the time we have for today's show. But before we go, as is customary, we do want to thank you for joining us and invite you to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and Instagram at Good Morning SKN. That's it, Good Morning SKN. You tag us, and of course, on YouTube at Studio 327 INC, that's Studio 327 Inc. Like, subscribe, follow, and share.
Yes, you got it. And we do ask every day that you leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. And this is where we say see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. when you will start your morning with us right here at Good Morning SKN. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with us throughout the show. See you tomorrow.